VO Myths Busted, Part 2. We shared the first 5 myths in Part 1. I'll link it in the description in case you missed it.
But now, without further ado.
Myth number 6. I didn't book the job, so I must have done something wrong.
The fact of the matter, as long as you read the instructions and the specs and gave your best interpretation of the audition as possible, you likely didn't do anything wrong.
So much of what makes an audition stand out is less about right or wrong and more about authenticity, emotional honesty, and often just plain luck. By learning how to interpret scripts as well as the types of specs, tones, and character archetypes you naturally connect to, you give yourself the best chance of booking. Now, even then, it's still only a chance. Now, the flip side of that is that there is always a chance that you can book it. So keep auditioning. You got this.
And that is a truth that needs repeating no matter where you are in your journey. Now, before we get to myth number 7, if you're liking this video,
Please give it a like.
and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and then share it with somebody else. If you find value in our channel, which so many people have told us that they do, this is a quick, easy, and free way to show some love, and I appreciate it.
Myth number 7. You don't need to create a brand.
Fact. Correct. You don't have to create a brand. Who you are authentically is your brand. You're an original.
I remember taking a VO industry class with Ariana Ratner, and she was the one who said, stop treating yourself like a product that needs to be branded. You're an artist, and artists are people. That woke up something inside of me to convey my social media self as my true and authentic self, which helps my network truly understand what I bring to the table as an actor.
I want to explain a little bit about what Ariana probably meant. You definitely do not need to manufacture a brand. I repeat, you do not need to manufacture a brand, but your true, authentic self is your brand. And it's very important that you understand what that is. If you're not very self-aware, this might be hard, and it can kind of be overwhelming a little bit, having to seek inside yourself, wondering, ooh, what do people see? And that's the case. The problem is, a lot of people just don't understand what other people see or hear in them. And it's very important that you understand what that is. The problem is, a lot of talent, both on camera and voiceover talent, don't actually know what people see and hear when they're in front of them. There's a great workshop that can help you with that if you're having trouble, and I'll link it in the notes. So if you're unaware about how you come across or how someone may perceive you, that has life and work ramifications. In this digital world, sending an email to a potential agent saying animation VO or I'd like to join your roster is just like seeing a can on a grocery store shelf that just says food. It's kind of blah, right? So all that to say, you don't need to create a brand, you need to know what your brand is. And if you don't, we can help with that with our business branding and marketing workshop. Check it out at provoiceovertraining.com. I'll link it in the notes.
Myth number 8. If you're good at impressions or impersonations, that's all you need.
Fact. Impressions and impersonations are added value that you bring as an actor.
While celebrity impressions are fun and can certainly help you, the client is looking for authenticity and relatability. After all, an impression, no matter how good it is just a facsimile of the real deal. You are the real deal when it comes to your natural voice and the pictures that you can paint with it.
Impressions and impersonations can come in handy for certain projects. And yes, on occasion, specific things like that are asked for, which is good if you have that in your wheelhouse. For example, in commercials, they could cast a voice talent to impersonate a certain celebrity in place of the real celebrity so that the client can hear it. But for 99% of the auditions that we get, they're pretty much just going to want your authentic voice, authentically you.
Myth number 9. Voiceover is really limited.
Fact. There are so many opportunities in voiceover that go beyond animation and commercials.
One of the things that stuck out to me when I took Brian's intro workshop is just how expansive voiceover actually is. Most people think of animation in video games, but there's so much more. You have social media, corporate narration, IVR, it just goes on and on. Voiceover is as limitless as you and the client's creativity.
One of the great things about voiceover is that you have the opportunity and the ability to create the voiceover career that you want. There's a lot of talk about AI, but we have a long way to go with that. And everything that I'm hearing from casting directors and agents, AI simply doesn't know how to act yet. So if you bring your human and authentic self to each audition, that'll win out every time. But being able to diversify into so many genres within voiceover isn't only good for your income, it makes you a more well-rounded voice actor. And it's super interesting, and it's fun.
So thanks, John, Gabby, and Adelio for sharing what you guys have learned. We appreciate it.
Over the next few weeks, we've got more videos coming out that are going to cover why you need to create an encouragement folder, when in perpetuity isn't bad, and what happens when you find sketchy emails. Have you ever had those moments? Is this audition email legit? We'll cover that too. It's all coming up. Thanks for watching our Atlanta Voiceover Studio and ProVoiceoverTraining.com channel.